distinguished colleagues, friends, it's a pleasure to welcome all of you to the 30th annual conference of the Ramanujan Mathematical Society, which is being hosted by IISER Mohali. So I am acting here on behalf of our director, Professor Satyamurthy, who cannot be here because he had other engagements. So just since many people may have come to IISER Mohali for the first time, let me just say that as an institute, we started functioning with students in 2007 in Chandigarh, in Sector 26. And then in 2010 we moved to this campus, but only some students moved and only some classes. In 2012 we moved here completely, and the campus, as you must have seen by walking around, is essentially complete. A couple of buildings are still expected by in a couple of months. We have 850 students, including about 700 undergraduates and 150 postgraduate students. We have 72 faculty currently. We are always looking for more faculty, like all such institutes. And therefore, it is in that sense also a pleasure to have a conference here. A lot of young people are coming here. Maybe some of you will be interested in coming here on a older as well as younger. So with these few words, let me just pass it on to Srinivas.
So, President, Sir Kulkarni, Sir Mohali, Sir Kapil Paranjpe, Sir Katre, and delegates and friends, on behalf of Ramanujan Mathematical Society, I welcome you all for this 30th annual meeting of Ramanujan Mathematical Society. So, अगर इजाजत हो तो कुछ हिंदी में कहूँगा। अगर इरादा नेक हो और हौसला बुलंद हो तो कुछ भी काम करना कठिन नहीं होता है। कोई भी कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑर्गेनाइज करना आसान बात नहीं और अच्छा से ऑर्गेनाइज करना बहुत ही मुश्किल बात है। और पैसा अगर ना आया हो फिर भी ऑर्गेनाइज करना ये नामुमकिन वाली बात है। तो आईसर मोहाली, डॉक्टर सत्यमूर्ति, कपिल परांजपे, इन्होंने ये साबित कर दिया कि इनके लिए कुछ भी मुश्किल नहीं है। और इस वजह से मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप सभी आईसर मोहाली को, कपिल परांजपे को और उनके सारे सदस्यों को जो काम किए उनके लिए एक बरतान करें। तो इससे पता चलता है कि आईसर मोहाली का भविष्य क्या है। हम जरूर फिर से आना चाहेंगे यहाँ पे। एंड सो आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट नाउ to say a few words. So I welcome you all again for this workshop conference.
It's my great pleasure to see you all here. In the last 15 months, I have communicated to you over emails to many of you, and that you have come. I would like to thank you for that. So I would like to say a few words about our program that will be presented here. So there are mainly two parts of the program. There are 8 plenary talks, including President's address and a special talk by Professor Sathai on life and work of Sri Ramanujan. And then there are 5 parallel sessions. The topics are commutative algebra and algebraic geometry, functional analysis and operator theory, number theory, topological dynamics and applications, and then topology. So you'll find all this information in the abstract booklet. And on the last day, we are having a panel discussion on the UG education. And there will be 2 parallel sessions for contributed talks. We hope that you will enjoy the program and we have a pleasant stay at Mohali. Thank you. So now there will be book release ceremony. So the lecture notes series for the proceedings of the 29th conference.
Kulkarni and friends, last year in the RMS conference, there were a number of plenary talks and other symposia and a workshop. So it was decided that there should be a proceeding of this conference and that should be published at least by the time of the next RMS conference. And we are fortunate that these proceedings are now available and these are being released today. I will give you some information about these proceedings. One thing is that it is for the first time that such proceedings of the annual conference of Ramanujan Mathematical Society are being published. The proceedings are named Recent Advances in Mathematics and they are based on the last year's conference which was held in Pune during June 23rd to 27th. And it was the 29th annual conference of RMS. There are 4 papers related to Ramanujan mathematics. There are now 13 papers, and these papers are, as I said, based on various plenary talks and some other talks. Professor A.K. Agarwal shouldered the responsibility of being the chief editor of this, and Professor Raghuram and myself, we are the associate editors of these proceedings. These proceedings are written in such a way that they are useful for beginners and non-specialists too, and they give the glimpses of recent advances in different topics in mathematics. And to give you an idea of the speakers, there were Hemant Das, Steven Mahendrav, K.V. Atreya, Shiv Hama, Dinesh Thakur, Mukherjee, and so on. There were 9 parallel symposia last year, and the plenary talks were related to some of these symposia. So the symposia were on topics harmonic analysis and PD, number theory, finite groups, discrete mathematics, Riemannian and principal geometry, Ramanujan mathematics, logic, complex function theory, and topology and geometry of surfaces. These 13 articles include 2 articles by Ramanujan and Moira Chas based on geometry and topology of surfaces. There is a presidential technical talk by Professor Kulkarni on algorithmic construction of representation of finite groups. A.K. Agarwal and Sood, they have an article on mock theta functions and partition theoretic interpretation of the coefficients. Atreya has an article on Markov chains and Brownian motions. Barua and Das, they have an article on bipartitions of natural numbers. Mathai has an article on special functions and fractional differential calculus. Amiya Mukherjee has an article related to Atiyah single index theory. Madhya, Naika, Mayuri, and Suman, they have an article on product of theta functions, which were introduced by Ramanujan. Shiva, an article on global principal geometry. Dinesh Thakur has an article on some comments related to Ramanujan mathematics. And Steven Mahendrav, he has an article on representation theory of finite groups. Apart from this, there was one article on applicable mathematics, and that is on Sharma, Jha, and Gaur. So, Ramanujan Society is happy to release this, and I request Professor Kapil Paranspe to
the issue of these proceedings. So the proceedings are priced at reaching 300 rupees and 10% discount will be there. So those who want, you can order at the reception, and some copies will be available here also. So thank you very much. Now I request Professor Kulkarni to give the full comments.
Professor Mahawar, Professor Kasre, and all my distinguished friends here. So welcome to this 30th RMS Annual Conference. We are really pleased to organize it in this beautiful educational institute, IISER Mohali. You can see the atmosphere here is on the whole cool and pleasant. And there is the right combination of nature and construction in this particular IISER. First, let me recall some good things which happened to RMS during the last year, and also say about some problems we are facing. The major news is that we established an Ramanujan Mathematical Society office at Trichy, in the famous college in that area, the National College. They have given us a whole building for use. The library which was at Bhaskaracharya Pratishthan in Pune is also shifted there now, and already some regional programs like the undergraduate, postgraduate, for undergraduate, postgraduate students are arranged there. As for the regional programs, you please see the RMS website. There are 4 types of regional programs which have developed some structure. We all started this as pilot programs. One of these is undergraduate teachers enrichment programs for the undergraduate faculty. The other is compact courses. This is for the postgraduate faculty and students. And this was I think it's a novel idea that originated from Professor Puran Prasad, who was also the past president of Ramanujan Mathematical Society. Then there is also Ramanujan Mathematical Society and Aziz Premji University in Bangalore. They some collaborative program in these 2 institutes, and this is for high school teachers. And this also developed and actually funded personally by Professor Puran Prasad. And there is also this RMS and ADMA, this is the Academy of Discrete Mathematics and Applications. They have joined this program for undergraduate teachers. But besides this, there are also quite a few unstructured regional programs. So our structure is quite flexible, and you have a look at the website, and you are very welcome to try to arrange these programs. Because of these increased activities, there is a strong proposal to increase the size of the executive committee with 1 person at Trichy and 1 person for the regional programs. There is also a proposal to start the proceedings or a bulletin of the Ramanujan Math Society. I think it will, many people feel, and many faculty members have expressed it to me, that it will be really helpful for the Indian mathematical community to start such a journal to publish short papers. Now, you know, we have the Journal of Ramanujan Mathematical Society. This is really one of the leading journals of mathematics coming from India, under the editorship of chief editorship of Professor Sujata. Then Professor Agarwal has taken over the RMS lecture note series, and the volume 21, which was released by Professor Kapil Parampe here. Let me say that I have written a short foreword to this volume, which gives some high points and some summary of the volume, which is based on the lectures and lectures at the conference as well as for the workshop. So especially for some of the beginning students as well as for general mathematicians, not necessarily experts, I think many of these articles they also deal with new topics, and you should enjoy them, enjoy reading them. They are not like papers which are hard to read. Then there is the RMS Mathematics newsletter. This is continuing under the leadership of Professor Kondusamy. And the Little Mathematical Treasures. This is under the joint editorship of Professor Puran Prasad and Professor Bandyopadhyay from IISER. As you may have noticed this year in this conference is from today from May 15 to 17, dedicated to high-end research and complemented by a postgraduate level workshop on more scale. And Professor Basu and Professor Sarkar had this wonderful workshop. This has been a RMS tradition to have some activity at a PG level along with this conference. But in addition, this year we also had a workshop on undergraduate, some high points of undergraduate mathematics education. It was actually very well attended, and even some faculty from some other departments appreciated it. I should mention that this is the specialty of the IISER Mohali, that it has developed a novel undergraduate, postgraduate integrated program where some modern mathematics and modern viewpoints are introduced to students in their early training. Lastly, I should mention our problem that was hinted by Professor Kotiara. The support from the national funding agencies which supported RMS conferences in the past years, that seems to be a little uncertain, or it's not clear at the moment. So this has created a major problem which was discussed in the executive committee yesterday. So somehow we need to increase our annual income, and perhaps we need to charge some registration fees in the future conferences, which is not actually right, in my opinion, in the annual conferences for plenary speakers, for invited speakers. I mean, how can we ask the people to come and give a talk and also pay for the registration? But I think that we could have some regional meetings catering to contributory papers. This time we have only 5 contributory papers, and they are very good, and I think there were 2 parallel sessions for those 5 contributory papers. So in those contributory papers, the people will have more time, unlike the past experiences where in the contributory papers you just speak for 10 minutes and people are not, the audience is not interested and person is not interested beyond his own talk. So I think arranging such contributory papers, regional meetings for contributory papers, where these people will get a longer time and with some more focused meetings, and there perhaps we can charge registration, and where this registration is usually paid by these institutions of the authors. So that is one way I can think of. But there are other things that I ask you to suggest some ways to generate funding and possibly and support, use our, perhaps we should make our activities more faculty friendly, and that may generate some funds. Thank you.
maybe you can keep them. So, on behalf of IISER Mohali, I would like to present small mementos or momentos as they are called. I will skip them in my stop. I think next session will
As a mark of appreciation from our RMS, I would like to request Professor Ravi Kulkarni to present to the IISER Mohali, Professor Farajpet, our token of love.
That's for the director, right? Except on behalf of the director.
For you and for your team.
For the director, we are
Thank you. And a special request to all of you, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, the general body meeting will be held here. And all of you are welcome and invited to attend this. Because we need a quorum also. So that's also a reason that I urge you to attend. And the other thing is, those who have not yet become life members of RMS, please do so. Before tomorrow, before 5 o'clock tomorrow, so that you can become life members. Otherwise, you have to wait for 1 more year. Thank you.
I think the volunteers have arranged for a tea before the next talk, which is at 10 o'clock. After the talk? After the talk. Since a lot of thanks have been given to me, I should like to place on record that I did very little. The team of Mahinder, Krishnendu and their student volunteers have actually done all the work, and you will see them around. But certainly, if there is a complaint, come to me, don't go to them. I will try to coordinate as much as possible. But I would like to really, since they most probably will not have a valedictory function separately, I would really like to place on record the fact that they have put in a lot of hard work to